Alright, good people. This is Black Cloud, and this is during the week of October. Really, this is like October the 22nd. And I'm gonna do a Halloween special on racism that's being done right now as far as Halloween goes. I'm gonna do a Halloween special because there's a lot of news out there that's just this month that talks about white people being racist, Halloween decorations and all that. So I'm gonna do a whole Halloween special. But let's go through some of this news from the last week or so. This right here talks about Netflix is using racism to make black viewers watch white movies. So essentially what Netflix is doing is they putting a picture up there of the black people in the movie, the token black characters in the movie. They got a couple black people that are in the movie, but they really not even major characters, but they put them on the front like they're really part of the movie. So essentially they make black people click on it by putting like the couple black people that are in the movie, but it's not really a black movie. It's really just a predominantly white movie. That's Netflix. But this lady on the plane, this is in UK. Now in London right now, or the UK, they're celebrating Black History Month. So this is in the context of Black History Month in the UK. So it says Ryanair victim, and Ryanair is the airline. She says she breaks silence to reveal shock after the footage posted on Facebook. And this elder, she was disrespected because she wasn't moving fast enough. So essentially, in this racism, she says, I feel very low because he pays his fare to go on holiday. I pay mine. Why should he abuse me for the color of my skin? I don't eat. I can't sleep. I just lie down there. I don't eat. I'm just lying down there. I think I've never gone through this with all my traveling. And so essentially, this man, she's disabled. She's older. She was with her daughter, and the man was like, I don't care. I don't give a bleep if you disabled. Get out my way. And start saying I'll push you. She says don't talk to me in a foreign effing foreign language. You stupid ugly cow. I will carry on as far as I can with this black beep. So and pretty much the airline, all they put out was we are aware of the video and have reported the matter to the police. They didn't even apologize to the woman. And so this is in the UK. Study highlights racism. This is NC State. Study highlights racism, sexual assault as contributed to cause mental health challenges. And I want to point out this paragraph right here. It says the most common theme that cropped up in the articles was an increased need for student mental health services, an idea that appeared in 68% of the analyzed material. Among factors that contributed to mental health concerns, the most common was racism. Alright, let's go up next. Do you think racism is a problem in Vermont today? Poll looks at state's perception. Now remember, there was recently there was a senator a congressman from Vermont, and she's stepping down. She's not going to run again. She doesn't even want to be a part of Vermont anymore. She's leaving because of racism. Is what she said. So they did a poll and trying to find out what these white people from Vermont is predominantly white. to find out what these white people think about racism. To what extent do you think racism is a problem in Vermont today? So 4% say not sure or no opinion. Apathetic. 4% are apathetic. 16% say they had no problem. And 1% actually refused to 1% actually refused to actually even answer the question. So we have here 21% of the population. And of course, you look at the thing, there's a plus minus 4% margin of error. That means it could be as high as 25% of the population of Vermont, white people, who literally think racism is either not a problem, refuse to deal with it, or are apathetic and ambivalent. That's 20% of the population, of white population in Vermont. Only 17% said it was a big problem. What we looking at is that 83% of the population, 83% of the population in Vermont think that racism is either not even on the radar, or they think that it's a small or somewhat of a problem. They're not ignorant. They understand full well what they're doing. Let's look at this next question here. Do you think too little, just enough, or too much is being done to bring attention to racism issues in Vermont? 1% refused. 8% are apathetic. No opinion, not sure. They just don't care. 2%, 13% say too much. 13% say, oh, it's too much. And 29% say just enough. So let's add that up. 13 plus 18 plus 1 plus 29. So 61% of the total population of Vermont, white population of Vermont, thinks that either too much is being done about racism, just enough, or they don't care. This is the country we live in. This is a majority of the population in Vermont. Let's go to this article right here. This is VR program provides a real first-person view of racism. Now, this is what I want to point this out, because it's really interesting how we keep thinking that somehow, some way, education is the way to education is the way to try and deal with this problem of racism. Listen to this.
Racism. Meet Michael Sterling, a virtual character in 1000 Cut Journey. As a black boy who grows into a man, he's helping viewers experience the social realities of racism by transforming them to look like him.
You've now become Michael Sterling. Your friends call you Mike. You are 6 years old and in the first grade.
That's where we see Michael, who's the only black student in his class. He's playing with blocks like the rest of his classmates.
Mike is a black fireball. Ah, run from the scary black fireball.
So all the other students were throwing blocks, and then you threw one, and that's when the teacher then yells at you and says, Mike, you're being dangerous.
During 1000 Cut Journey, we see Michael get pulled over by police because he fits the description of someone they were looking for. And while waiting for a job interview, he gets overlooked because the company thought that the person who graduated from Yale was white, and Michael does not get the job even after being told he's qualified.
Racism isn't any one thing. and it can come in many explicit and, of course, those more implicit forms as well. How it builds up, how it cuts away at your humanity. This is 1,000 cut journey. What happens over time?
This virtual reality demonstration is part of a new center that will serve virtual reality and augmented reality research training and entrepreneurship at Brooklyn Navy Yard. The project is a collaboration between the...
This is the point I want to make about this. We gotta understand that these people understand. They know full well what's going on with racism. They understand exactly what's happening. How can they make this? You saw the man who made the program. He's the man who made the program. He's what they call Jewish. So there's no way that they don't know that what racism is. If they can make a video game, virtual reality, and you go in and you face racism as a child, they're not ignorant. They understand this. They're making video games. And how it's just going to help if you got the children in the video, the white children in the virtual reality piece. They're practicing racism. Now let's go to this one. Megyn Kelly, blackface comments slammed by Don Lemon. People don't understand racism and privilege. And she, this, we're all confused victims, but this Don Lemon is really confused. He thinks that all we have to do is somehow educate people on racism. Educate. You're just misinformed. You're just not aware. Lemon suggested further that Kelly's just not aware of the history of this country. People need to educate themselves about blackface. How is it possible that they need to educate themselves about blackface when they created blackface? They created these relics of racism. Aunt your mama, Uncle Ben. These things are still in our public in the public sphere. So they have not taken these things out. So how is it possible that somehow, some way, they're ignorant? This doesn't fit. This just doesn't fit. Megyn Kelly, she knows what blackface is. She knows, and all white people know what blackface is. Or every year, this couldn't happen. Road breaks out on London tube train over passage of blackface Pulp Fiction costume. This is October the 29th, 2018, and in London, like I said, remember the context that in UK right now is Black History Month. This man is wearing blackface on the tube train, on the subway, dressing as Samuel L. Jackson, which is very significant. Anytime you see Samuel L. Jackson, it's a very significant character. He plays very significant pieces in movies that are highly racialized and highly important to racism and white supremacy, as the movie Pulp Fiction is. Afro wig and black face paint. Look at this. So, the bottom line is they're not ignorant, and this is the weekly roundup for the last week or so. I'm gonna do a Halloween special on Wednesday. I'm gonna do a Halloween special, so look out for that. Thanks for listening. Make sure you subscribe. I'm on Instagram as Black Cloud Speaks.